Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Keep Austin Keto. Today we're going to be making kimchi, so I just want to go over the items that you'll need really quick so you can gather them. Go ahead and pause this, grab everything you need, and come right back, okay? And if you don't have the items, I'm going to link those below for you so that you can grab them either online or in stores. So the first thing I have for you is this funnel here. I just purchased this today at a local company here in Austin, and I can share that with you as well. So make sure that you have a funnel, whichever size jar that you have. I do have a 64-ounce jar here that I also bought today. I bought 6 of them. So you need a 64-ounce jar. You're going to need some dried chilies, and I will link this below as well. I've got 3 pounds of napa cabbage here, some fresh ginger. This is a lot of ginger. You're not going to need all this, but I do like to add more ginger to my recipes than not. You're going to need some scallions, carrots if that's for you. If not, you can leave those out. I want carrots in here. It's going to add a depth of flavor. I've got a shallot here. This is actually 2 shallots here. We can use one of these. So just grab yourself some shallots. You're going to need a number of cloves of garlic. So make sure you have an entire pod, a bowl to brine in, and a strainer. And you're also going to need some sea salt. So go ahead and grab your items that you need or purchase them down below, and I'll see you back in a minute. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and peel off the outer layer of the leaves and put those to the side. We're going to use those later. Okay, I know I said earlier on to cut these in quarter size. As you can see, things don't always work out as planned. So just do the best that you can do and get that chopped up into about quarter size pieces. Okay, here's what our cabbage looks like. We're going to go ahead now and add in salt and water. So you're going to add in a 1/2 cup of salt, which we did measure, and we're using Redmonds sea salt. And now we're going to add just enough water to cover the cabbage, and this is going to be the brine for the cabbage. This is going to set anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. And I'll see you back in 4 hours. All right, here we go. Ready, set, brine. Okay, so I did the brine for about 2.5 hours. I let the cabbage sit in the salt water. Here's the cabbage draining from the rest of the brine now. And then over here is the brine. So the next step is going to be to dice up your ingredients to make the paste so you can start preparing the. Okay guys, the next thing we're going to do is chop up the ingredients that are going to go in the paste. So we have 5 garlic cloves here. We have 1 shallot here, and I can show you what that looks like, not as it hasn't been chopped yet. So this is what it looks like here, in case you want to know what it looks like again. And then this is going to be, if you dice it up, it's about 3 tablespoons of ginger. Okay, so those are the things that go in the paste. And I'm going to go ahead and get that added in here now, as well as here's a 1/2 cup of the chili flakes. I wouldn't do any more than this. This is pretty spicy. I've done a recipe before where I've added in probably 3/4 cup. And you definitely don't want to do that. It's super spicy. If you like super spicy stuff and you can handle that, I can sometimes. But I want to eat more of this, so I'm going to do a little bit less. I also wanted to mention that you may need to add some liquid into this as well. And so I'm going to add some of this ginger juice here that I bought at the store. You can get this at a number of different places. I'll look it up online and see who has it, and then I'll do some posts down below. So I'm going to go ahead and get that added in there as well. So there's that. And it also calls for a couple tablespoons of fish sauce. Be really careful with this. Fish sauce, it is pretty strong with salt, and also if you over add fish sauce, you'll probably live to regret it. So here's what the fish sauce looks like. It is the red boat fish sauce, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons in here. So let me get that added in there really quick. And then I'm going to use my Ninja to make the paste really quick, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like afterwards. Get in 1 more tablespoon of fish sauce here. And again, that's red boat. You can buy that just about any Asian market, and you can also buy it online, I believe. So I'll be okay guys, just want to come back and show you the paste really quick. So in the bowl here, I already have the cabbage and the green onions, which we just chopped up really quickly. So now we're going to add in the paste that we made. So we'll get that added in. And then we're also going to add in the carrots. So once we dump the paste in, we're just going to take our hands, and you might want gloves for this step. But to do the mixing, just so you don't get the peppers and stuff on your hands. And you know, if you do, just make sure you wash your hands really well after you make this mix. We're gonna let this sit for about, you can do it as little as 3 days, and you should have kimchi ready in as little as 3 days. If you want it to be more on the, like, you know, pungent side of things, you can let this go up to a couple of weeks. You do want to go ahead and get this in the fridge once you've decided it's to your liking. After about 3 days, you can taste it and see where it's at. See if you're okay with the flavors. See if you're okay with how, you know, as the fermentation has come along. So just go ahead and give it a taste. If you think you want it to go farther, go ahead and go farther with the fermentation. Again, you can go 2 weeks. So just half the bag of carrots. Get those added in. Also, you can omit the carrots if you don't want to add carrots in. I want those for flavor and color, so I am going to add the carrots into the recipe. This recipe is pretty forgiving. You can at any time, you know, add more ginger, add more garlic, add more carrots, take out the carrots. This is a pretty forgiving recipe. So I'm going to get this mixed up, and I'll be right back to show you the couple of steps that are left, which are getting it into the jar and adding in some brine. Be right back. Okay guys, now we're going to add the kimchi into the jar. I've already started this whole process. Make sure that you go ahead and smash it down into the jar and make it as compact as you can in the jar, so you can maximize the space that you have. Because as this ferments, it will reduce down in size. Yeah, so just get it all in the jar, and we're gonna add the brine in here in just a minute. And okay guys, back, just poured the rest of the liquid on the brine. We are now going to put the Sawyer system on, which is a mechanism that'll help this ferment. There we go. And so that's all you do, and there it is. It's going to be ready in about, well, you can do it in about 3. Okay, so I just want to come back and show you the batch that I made probably 3 weeks ago now. This one's a little spicier. I did add 3/4 of a cup of that pepper spice. Don't do that unless you like really, really spicy stuff. Here's what it looks like. Let's get in the jar here. All right, guys. Look at that. Look at that kimchi. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know how this recipe worked out for you, and see